Yo, what's up, guys? It's February 26th, Wednesday. Want to give you guys a quick update on what's going on with the market, along with talk about Tesla real quick. Um, Coronavirus hit this week. We had heard about it somewhere around here, and the market shrugged it off, and we went to new highs, and I guess it's gotten pretty bad. The real reason why is because Q1 and Q2 results for everybody from Apple to Amazon to everybody, they are being lowered on expectations that everybody that's staying inside in China obviously is not shopping. So everybody's revising their estimates. Along with that, we are seeing our first cases here in the U.S. I think some news just came in right now, right here, 40 minutes ago. First case of coronavirus in USA, in California. I think there's one in I might have seen North Carolina too, or something like that. But anyway, the futures are down. Um, but in reality, this is the death rate if you catch this thing. If you're over 80, 14%, 70, 8%, and then just down in years, it goes even lower and lower and lower and lower. So in reality, our common flu um, is a lot worse than this is. Um, but what it's doing is it's creating fear, and it's having an entire country not do shit and not buy anything for 2 months or a month or whatever. And if this fear crosses over to the U.S. and to wherever else, that's why these companies are revising their Q1 and Q2 estimates. Um, it's not really because we're all going to die. Obviously, it's just because it's just fear, and then money not being spent. In times like this, look for stocks like Netflix. So where everything's selling off, um, Netflix is up 5% today. When the market sell-off happened, uh, Netflix did go with it at first, but then it popped back up. So, and that's probably because in China, no one's canceling their Netflix based on the virus. They're all staying home and watching Netflix. So there were a couple of green stocks this afternoon, but like Amazon, Google, but they were only up like 0.3%. Apple did okay, but Netflix was by far the best. Um, but again, I think this was just a reason for the market to kind of sell off. As you can see, in the span of 3, 4, 5 days, we lost all of these gains that date back to just November. So that's how quick this can happen. Once I kind of saw this, and I saw the 9-day kind of challenging the 20-day and challenging these levels right here, I jumped out of everything. I've been pure cash for the past 3 days. I've tried to play some bounces and stuff, but I got chopped up pretty bad. So anyway, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is that this was the perfect event for Tesla. My last video I made right here, the morning of this day. Actually, I made the video right here or right here. But this day, which I might have even made the video that day. I'm not really too sure, but this day, Tesla sold $2 billion of shares as a way to raise cash versus going to like Goldman Sachs, whatever. They sold 2 billion shares in the open market, and they were all bought up. So that morning they came down. They opened $50 lower from here, but instead of crashing that like I thought it was going to do, it went up. So I jumped in right here. made some great cash along this way, and then the coronavirus hit. And knowing that Tesla's new factory is in China, I knew that was going to affect Tesla, and since then it's kind of gone down. I jumped out of everything right here, and news just came out that, or rumors anyway, that Tesla might be coming out with their new guidance for Q1 and Q2, since they just made a shit ton of cars in China, and then they're having to ship them to Taiwan or some shit because of the virus. So this might be that event where, although not a lot of selling is happening versus these big buy days, all this shit, these are all buys. Not a lot of volume of selling is coming in yet, but this might drag Tesla lower, and there are two gaps right here. So what I'm looking for is I want to start buying under 700. Actually, maybe around 720s. I think we're gonna open up lower tomorrow morning, and I think we're gonna kind of test this level. If 672 breaks, we're gonna fill this gap, and then there's a gap right here. So, I mean, if you can buy anywhere down here, I really want to cost average down anywhere from 700 to, I think the closing of this gap is going to be about 580. So I'm really gonna fill everything as far as the money I want to use, or I have aside for Tesla. I really want a dollar cost average in the sixes somewhere. That would be great. So again, I didn't think this was going to happen, because on this day they shot up instead of crashing. But this virus is kind of help. I mean, it's bad to say, but it's going to help us out as far as riding this wave to 1500 and 2000. So anyway, in the overall market, what I expect to happen is there's a long-term trend line that started here in December of 18, and we've gone and followed it for a while. A trend line constitutes 3 points, so 1, 2, 3, and we're on it right now. With the news of the coronavirus landing in the U.S., I'm expecting that we're going to break this trend line, and the original breakout was this green line right here, which we tested 3 times right here. So that's at 294 on the SPYs. 302 is the big breakout. So I'm expecting we're going to test probably this level. We've come down on a lot of volume, but again, the market has to bounce at some point. It just can't go straight up, and it can't go straight down. Like you see right here, it went from 269 to 234. That's 35 points in the span of like 6-7 days. That's like extreme, and we're doing the same thing here. So I'm assuming that we're going to retest either this breakout level or this one, and then we're going to kind of bounce back up, and then kind of we'll see what happens from there. Probably by that time, which will be somewhere around in here, we'll know the future of this virus and see if someone can find a cure and all that shit. So you guys have any questions, man, let me know. Peace.